Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Boop. Hey guys, it's MadameWario. I was just calling to tell you that I am not really on an answering machine. I'm playing 100cc Mario Kart Double Dash, the final episode, and I really have no idea why I just decided to introduce myself like that. It's mainly because one of my sisters used to have an answering machine like that. I just thought of it earlier today, like out of the blue, and just couldn't stop laughing over it because it sounds so ridiculous. It's like, why doesn't it just beep? Like, who doesn't know how to use an answering machine? Which, you know, answering machines are about to enter the ancient world. So while answering machines go back into history, we are going to do the all-cup tour of Mario Kart Double Dash. So this includes all 4 of the previous cups that we have covered. I'm doing 100cc so I don't kill myself, nor do I make things look too easy because I'm so good. Yeah, okay, maybe not, but you guys know that 100cc is a good in-between, so that's why I'm doing it. So I promise I'm not arrogant, and I promise I'm not a wimp. Let's get started, because I have quite a few stories to share, and I want to go over really quick that I have chosen Wario and Baby Luigi because this is actually the normal team I play with, and I don't think I've used it yet. I don't really know why that is, but I swear to God, when I play this game just on my own time or with friends, especially in the past, because I don't tend to play this game as often nowadays, but yeah, whenever I play this game, always I play with Wario and Baby Luigi in Wario's Cruiser. Oh my gosh. One thing I want to point out too, and I feel like I did this course so long ago, I don't think I pointed it out before, but my god, I do feel like it's been about 1,000 years since I've done this course. One thing I do really like about this course in particular is that it's just like a one-way street that has 2 lanes, so virtually you take the same path forward as you do back. So I think that's really unique that Mario Kart used that feature. I mean, yeah, it's not like unique in the way where it's like a new concept or anything, it's just more like actual driving is. But I still feel like it's, you know, it brought something new to Mario Kart, especially at the time, and I don't really think that been duplicated since in any new courses. So I just wanted to point that out. And why am I hitting everything? Stop hitting stuff, good lord. Oh, but I should have hit that because that was a mushroom and I could have benefited from that. So anyway, you guys are in for a long and wild ride, mainly because this is going to take me a while, because you figure if every single race, and I don't mean racetrack, but every single Grand Prix race collectively, like Flower Cup, Mushroom Cup, you know what I'm saying. Every single one of those races takes like 15 minutes each. Wow, I got first at the last second. Thank you very much. Every single one of those courses takes like 15 minutes each, whether it's Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, you name it. So that times 4 equals 1 hour. So maybe we'll make record time. It depends on if we come in first on the majority of these races. Now, when I did this for Madame and Slim's Arcade with Slim Kirby back in the day, that was like a year ago. Wow, that was longer ago than I thought. But anyway, back when I did this with Slim Kirby, it was the first time that either one of us had played this game in like 5 years. And we decided to be idiots and play on 150cc, which was just an absolutely terrible idea in general. Oh my god, we did so poorly. I believe we saw the next time try for a trophy screen. So, quite the failure, I will say that. So, it was very interesting. But still a great time. So, hopefully I'll have better luck this time. By myself, I guess? You know, I hate to say, oh yeah, I'll have a better time by myself, but given the situation of how bad we were at the time playing this game, yeah, let's hope I do a lot better by myself. Alright, so, something to point out. You guys have reminded me multiple times that there is another battle mode as well that I didn't cover because I don't have it unlocked. Big surprise. There's so many random things I don't have unlocked in this game, and you screwed up my drift. Come on. But yeah, like, I don't have PD Piranha or King Boo unlocked, don't have mirror mode unlocked, and I don't have the final battle course unlocked. So, I mean, it sucks, but, you know, I'm just not capable of showing that off at the moment unless I took out the time to unlock it, and God knows how long that would take me. Just because I still, even as I am Let's Playing this for YouTube, still not as in practice as I was back in the day when I played this all the time. I just never, I guess back in the day I never really went for all the little goals, you know, to unlock things. I just like kind of played for myself, and because I played with somebody else in versus mode, it didn't really cause the whole effect to happen of, you know, well, you unlock this, because most of that stuff you have to do by yourself. So, you know, if it were possible to unlock that stuff in versus mode, I would have it all covered by now, but I would have it all covered a long time ago. But unfortunately, that's not the case, so, you know, what can you do, guys? Oh boy. Waluigi's first racetrack, and it's nothing but a copycat of Wario Stadium without as awesome of awesomeness. You know? I swear. Poor Waluigi. He never gets the credit he deserves. But it's all because of his name. And that's a bad thing to say, but it's kind of true. That's the first thing I ever heard anybody say about Waluigi. Whenever they talk about him, they'd be like, what's up with his name? Why is he Waluigi? Why isn't he like Luigi spelled backwards, or like Fuigi? Because capital F kind of looks like an L. I mean, yeah, there's another line there, but you know, apparently it would be closer than freaking Waluigi. But then you look at the Japanese, well, for God's sake, you look at the Japanese definition, then it all becomes clear that, you know, Wario just happened to be conveniently the upside down version of M, you know, and you didn't mean any more than that. Mario flipped the M over, it's Wario, and Wa, aka W-A in Japanese, stands for bad. So, kind of crazy how that worked out conveniently for Wario, but not the same story for Waluigi, and it caused people to have kind of an opinion of Waluigi before they even knew anything about him. And my God, you know, that is one complaint I have with this cart. I don't know why I use this cart as often as I do, because I am an acceleration buff. Like, the way the car accelerates is most important to me, and this car is not easy to accelerate, and Wario just died. Holy crap. He's a cat, but he did lose one of his 9 lives just now. That was scary. So yeah, this definitely, I mean, it's a good car for drift, not so much for control. Kind of terrifying. I don't know. I don't know why I play with this cart so much. Mainly because it looks cool. And I mean, yeah, the drift thing does have some effect, but you'd think I'd be easier on myself, but of course, I'm like, no, let's just make this complicated, because, you know, it's fun to have a fun time. Stop booing me! Ah, stop burning me! I'm not happy with burns. Hey, ladies. Get out of my face. See? I'll make you scream. Ugh, not in that way though. Gross. Hey! No! I was supposed to pass you! You're a freaking monkey! Although I was having a baby drive, so I don't really have much of an argument for that. Wait, that wasn't a monkey! That was Mario! Wow. I just saw that completely wrong. Well, I'm sorry that I mistook you for freaking DK's little nephew or whatever the heck he is. Diddy. I know, a bunch of you are gonna correct me and go, that's not his nephew, but to me, it might as well be. You guys know I don't care about Donkey Kong, right? I mean, Yeah, I'm an animal lover, and I believe in Donkey Kong's rights as a non-human being, but not when he wears a freaking wife beater and screws me over, okay? That's another story. That's human rights. Is Wario part elf? That's my question. He wears elf shoes, and he has elf ears, but he doesn't work for Santa. That's the game I want next. I want Wario in Santa Land. That would be so much fun. Oh my god, that'd be so cute! Guys, when I work for Nintendo, I'm gonna design that entire game. I'm gonna present the idea, right? No! You ran over me with your freaking bus! I'm gonna present the idea, and then I'm gonna explode, apparently. And get run over. I'm going to present the freaking idea and become a pimp with Santa, okay? That's my whole goal with that. And this is the first time we're seeing Chomp, holy crap! So Chomp is quite the character in this game. He took the place of Bullet Bill. Bullet Bill did not make it into this game. We got Chomped instead. Now we're gonna star power everyone, even though there's like no one around. Where did everybody go? So yeah, Wario's like an elf. I don't know why, but he is. Doesn't work for Santa. Everybody should work for Santa at least once in their life. Oh, fourth. How am I doing better on this than I did on the last course? I don't even like courses with freaking cars. I'm pretty good at the one on Mario Kart Wii that I always avoid. Whoa, he just epic punched. He like Falcon punched slash ultimate punched those ladies. I hope those were ladies. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty good at the Wii version of this. I almost said Toad's Turnpike. That's older than this crap. I don't remember what the heck the name of it is because I try to forget about it. Is it Moonview Highway? I think that's it. Pretty good at that one. It makes me angry in a lot of cases. But, you know, I am better at that one than most, I will say that much. But that doesn't really help me here. Oh, and Gooba just walked into my room. Hi, Gooba. So Gooba's gonna join us. I don't know if she has anything to say or not. We'll find out momentarily. So, let's see, what is this? Number 5? Alright, we're starting on the Flower Cup courses now. Let's see if we can dominate. Now, Flower Cup is never my forte, so hopefully do a little bit better at it than normal, than usual. I've already played this on 100cc in this entire playthrough, though, because this was the cup that happened to fall under that speed, so, you know, that's good news. So we've had practice. Granted, it was quite a long time ago, but we still have had practice at it nonetheless. Okay, mushrooms can't drive unless I am behind the wheel with them. Makes sense? I don't care if it does. It's right. Oh, U-turn. See, that's what that drift is good for. Oh, the Yoshi-copter! Now, I've probably pointed out this moment multiple times in multiple games that I've played, but it's one of my favorite LPing moments ever of, you stole my mushrooms! You're the druggie, not me! You get pulled over by the cops, because you suck! Ah! But anyway, man, he ate those bananas. One of my favorite LPing moments in all of history is Slim Kirby's, like, tribute to the Yoshi-copter in his Yoshi's Island Let's Play, where he's saying, I will remember you. Ah! Okay, that was scary. Will you remember me? You know. think he sang it just as well as I did too, so it sounded absolutely wonderful. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at any other LPing moment. That was just fantastic. I will forever love that moment and love that LP. Oh my god! My bomb just got busted. There it went. I saw it go off. Wario raised his arms like, yeah, that was me. Check it out. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Star power. Bye, ladies. Bye, turtles. Now, you know what I don't understand, and I'm sure that I'm not alone here, but, you know, Koopa started out as this ultimately... Wow, that was impressive. Koopa started out as this ultimately evil being, you know, controlled by Bowser, came after you like a boof. I don't know what a boof is. It's a doof mixed with a boss. I'm gonna say that. But you know, he came after you. He didn't like you. He tried to peck you in the face with his turtle beak. And you know, he kind of looked like a chicken. I always called them chickens up until Super Mario World. You know, all through the first 3 Super Mario Bros. Games, they were chickens. Then they became turtles later when, you know, they looked like turtles to me. And, you know, you could strip them of their little shells, and they were following Donkey Kong with their dumb wife beaters and whatever. And, yay, I actually like this course! This is the first course that I feel actually excited about. But anyway, you know, they'd come after you, they weren't nice. And then, they became like this character that you could play in, like, Super Mario Kart that was, like, really nice, had mixed feelings, still worked for Bowser, yet was on your side, yet still tried to kill you. Like in Mario Party, I mean, Koopa's this nice guy. He arranges the whole game and he's terrified of Bowser, so, you know, he just works for Bowser out of fear, I guess, but still, he kills people. Not right. He kills you, yet he's really concerned about whether or not you're having a good time at a party. I think that Koopa's values are a little messed up right now, but he does guide you a lot. Thing is, there's another character for that, Toad, who is not evil and does not try to kill you, so I'm just on the Koopa is really messed up bandwagon and kinda hates you. And, you know, tries to dig deep for his revenge plots. I don't know. Yet he's such a nice character. Doesn't make sense. Oh, this isn't looking good. Okay, good. I got out. Was kind of scared for a second. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was weird once I really started thinking about it and how it's like, Koopa's like an evil character. I mean, not like conniving, like demonic evil, but he's not like, he still comes after you. He doesn't like you. Ever. And so it's weird that he does in those games. I don't know. Very messed up. Why am I going? Oh, wow, that was really good timing. That shell came out of nowhere. I would have been spinning like a tornado. And there's a tornado on this course that I've almost run into like 3 times. No ma'am. I have not beasted into that tornado yet. Okay, good. I didn't that time either. I was kind of scared that I would jinx myself for a second. Boom! Oh, okay. Or I didn't get it. I don't understand all the time, but I'm in first, so that makes me happy. Oh, you know how, like, Wario has a mustache on the front of his car? And now there's like a fad going on where mustaches are all over everything. Wario totally started that back in the day, and it's just now catching on? Crazy, right? So crazy. Wario started it first. It was in Japan before it was here. But now they have like necklaces that you can just like hold up to your face to make a mustache when you're hanging out with your friends. I love this course too. Holy crap. So yeah, you know, there's all this mustache crap going around. You can buy any Disney character decal with a mustache. You can buy anything with a mustache on it. You can buy a pillow with a mustache on it, or a shirt. Yet, guess who started that trend? My man Wario. He did. Okay, he dominated that trend. So, you know what? I'm just proud of my favorite video game character for doing such epic work at starting a fad with his Nintendo-ness. Blow up! Whoa! I spun out the monkeys! On their own course. How sucky does that make them feel? Okay. They feel like a huge banana up in this corner. What is that supposed to do? Yeah, look at Oreo's fat yet shiny butt. Why is he shiny? You know what? I love GameCube graphics, but they don't always make sense. Like that. He's so shiny, and it's not because it's sunny, it's just because he is. Ah! Ah! Okay, good. We managed to spin the monkeys again. Monkey spinning is our new dominant field. So we gotta master it. Like a boss. Okay, there are item blocks like all over weird areas. Oh man, we didn't blow anyone up that time. I was hoping we'd blow up the monkeys. There's their banana again. Hi, Monkey Banana. See, I'm good at the courses I practice all the time on multiple systems. But, you know, I'm just not so good at the courses I don't practice ever and naturally suck at. I would say that I am pretty naturally good at Mario Kart by this point in my life. Like Mario Kart 7, it only took me one try to get gold on everything. So I'm pretty proud of that accomplishment, you know? I never had to try again. The next time I tried, it was just for fun because I had only played every single course once. And that was in all cups too, like, or speeds. That's what I'm looking for. 50, 100, and 150. I don't know, I was just really proud of myself. Which I think, like, after Mario Kart DS, I've learned how to manipulate the handheld so well, just because the drift, if you play it a lot, you get really used to it. And I'm sure many, many of you watching have experienced the same thing. But, you know, it's so much, just, I don't know, the controls of drifting and, you know, cutting corners and all that is just so much better on the DS Mario Karts than on the console Mario Karts. I don't know if that's just me. I don't think it is, just because of, you know, the rave reviews that both DS Mario Karts have gotten, but I think it definitely contributes to the fact that it just makes those games a lot more likable, because you feel like you can actually master the skills necessary to dominate the game. It's just fantastic. That's, you know, one thing. Hey! Don't run over someone with a bomb. That's not a good idea ever. They say you can't say bomb on a plane. Well, you can't run over somebody with a bomb on the street either. Does that make sense? Not really. Oh! I just heard it. That was the first time I've heard it this entire time. The uh-oh, Baby Luigi time. It's like the best thing ever. Now, I can't hear the volume too well because I have to have it down pretty low because my microphone likes to go into beast mode and just catch everything. Every possible noise, like a needle dropping, so, which is great because it means my microphone is really awesome, but at the same time, like, I can't have audio captured twice or there'll be an echo, so, yeah, but I can't really hear it that well, but when I can, I'll usually flip Wario and Baby Luigi back and forth, like, every single time they're not using an item at all times. And just so I can hear, uh-oh, Baby Luigi time, uh-oh, Baby Luigi time. Just because it sounds so cute and so ridiculous at the same time. I don't like Baby Mario, but I do love Baby Luigi. You hit me with an egg! It's illegal to egg a car! And it's illegal for a dinosaur to drive with a tranny, period mouth, whatever the heck it is, in your back seat. That is not legal. Okay? That's not even American. I'm not saying you're American, but you're like... Never allow prehistoric people to enter the conversation. It's a stupid idea. Don't do it. For God's sake. What? 5 points behind. We gotta catch up. To the Transylvanian crapper. Right there. Oh, okay. Now you're letting period mouth drive. Aren't you at least a little bit disgusted by that? Gross! Oh, Shy Guys, I don't have time to watch your ice routine. I've never been ice skating, fun fact. Why? Mainly because I'm terrified that I will break myself, literally. Because I am a survivor of a... Well, I almost said my age when it happened, which I was like 14. But, so I am a survivor of a 14-year-old tailbone break. I think I've shared this story before, but, you know, I don't know. So, yeah, when I was 14, I broke my tailbone. I didn't just, like, fracture it, whatever. I actually broke the tip of my tailbone off. So, you know, it's kind of just there now. Not in where it's supposed to be, but it's there. And so I'm terrified to ice skate because I don't want to land on it and break it again. Or break even more of it off, because that's terrifying. So my, not my back, but like my back of my pelvis, I don't know if that makes sense, but like the whole bone that is like at the bottom of your vertebrae, and I am not good with these bone names because I'm extremely squeamish, so I had a very hard time studying them in school. You know, that whole bone is kind of wonked up. It is kind of janked. So, I mean, it's still flat, but not as flat as it should be. It's got a couple little bumpy ridges in there. So, yeah, it's not the most convenient situation for an ice skating escapade. I will say that much. How am I doing so well at this, by the way? I'm thinking this race is giving me sympathy points at this rate. Holy crap, I just got sympathy points for telling that story. I am telling you guys. So yeah, I actually broke it falling into a window. And what? 1 point behind! Ah, we gotta win this next one. Yeah, I broke it falling into a window. Oh man, we can win this one! Come on, let's party. Because the window was at the level of the floor. It was actually while I was at dance. And, I was pulled into the window by about 4 girls. It was part of the dance routine. Slammed into the window, slid and fell down straight onto my tailbone. And then I had the 4 girls that were pulling me back proceed to fall on top of me. So that caused, you know, all of that happened at the exact same time. So, yeah, it broke. It was traumatic. I couldn't walk for a really long time. I mean, I could, but I couldn't walk with just my legs. I had to walk with my hips. So it was, I looked very bizarre. I looked very penguin-like. And I couldn't dance for like 4 months, and so I just never could hardly practice the dances that I was supposed to be doing, ever. I just had to watch, and then come the time of competition, I was able to compete, but that, you know, I rehearsed for like a week before we had to compete, and usually you have months to rehearse, so I was just watching for all that time. Very painful memories. Very painful time. But it's over now. I'm healed. I just have wonky bone structure to show for it. You know, could have been a lot worse. That's, you know, something you always look at with any kind of accident like that in particular. Why did I just punch? Why can't I talk anymore? Why did I just punch that person is what I tried to say. Oh my god, it's the ladies. Hey, get away from me. Okay. Okay, good. They picked up like all those items I was afraid of hitting me. Wow, the girls were beneficial for once! Let's give them a round of... Nah, don't give them a round of anything. They're not beneficial enough times in a day. Wow, they got 7th? Good job. You sucked. Ho doggy, look who's ahead by 1 point. Us. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, what's happening next? 11 of 16! We're almost through Star Cup. Then comes my favorite, so I'm getting excited. Oh, but I don't think I like this one. Never mind, I know I don't like this one because it has all these freaking cars on it all the time. I don't want to race with cars! I don't know. You know, I have another fun story to share. It's actually a story from last night that I posted on my Twitter, which was forwarded to my Facebook, because, you know, basically if you follow me on any sort of social media site, all of those stories and posts are forwarded to each other, so follow me on one, you technically follow me on all. You know, unless I post something exclusively on the one, then you're gonna have to, you know, subscribe to all of them. Which is awesome, but, you know, if for some reason you're stubborn and you're like, oh, you have a Facebook and a Twitter? Oh man, I can't do 2. You know, you'll get the gist of most things if you can only afford to do one. That goes against all reason within your school. But, you know, for those of you who don't have any sort of social media site accounts or anything like that, I will share this story again. I went to a pub last night with one of my good friends from dance and my sister, and my friend's mom is currently stage managing my show and doing lighting design for the show I've been telling you guys about that I'm doing for dance. And oh, come on, don't get stuck behind a wall, that's stupid. Anyway, and then my own mother is co-producing, so Madam Mom is a co-producer of my show, or assistant producer, whatever you want to call her. She has like 4 different titles that all mean the same thing, so, you know, whatever is easiest coming out of your mouth. But anyway, we were all there at this pub last night, and we went outside, it was raining and like threatening to storm, so we're like, let's sit on the inside because, you know, I was about to starve to death. It was after rehearsal. I wanted some sort of food. How did I get first? I just said that I sucked at that. Apparently I don't. Apparently I'm really awesome at it. But anyway, oh yeah, we're getting higher. I almost said 4. We're 3 points ahead right now. So, we're working it. I'm gonna say that much. But anyway, so, yeah, we were at this pub, came in so we could get some food and not be rained on. And my friend kept looking back behind her because she was across the booth from me, and she's just like, what the heck? And I was like, what are you looking at? She's like, I don't know. This guy back there keeps pointing over here, and I don't know what he's pointing at. And he looks like he's pointing behind me, and I don't see anything, so I don't know. So we were like, oh god. So then he just kept pointing and kept turning around, and she's like, turn around when he does it. Seriously, he's done it like 4 times now. So I was like, what? I don't want to look at him. So I just didn't do anything. And then eventually I turned around, and it was some guy at a table with like 3 other guys. They were just 4 friends, I guess. And so anyway, I looked back, and he kept pointing and saying, that one. And she was like, what is this guy doing? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to hide your face so he stops pointing at you. So, I took a menu and like held it up. We were laughing really hard. Like, they could tell that we totally were doing this on purpose, but, so I was hiding her face. And, you know, the funny thing is that, you know, they just kept doing it regardless of who we were sitting with, because it's kind of funny when you're, you know, sitting with your mom and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna try and hit on this girl from, you know, way down the hallway from their table. That's cool. While her mom is sitting there, which, you know, I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make any difference anyway, but it was just kind of funny the way it was happening. So we were all laughing. Well, then one guy comes over and he's like, okay, please excuse my friend because he's really drunk. And we were like, yeah, and you know, I wasn't drinking, I had water. That was, you know, that's all I usually ever have though, because I'm like, oh no, I'd rather just enjoy myself with a nice cool glass of water and food. So, you know, I was just having my water. I had no I had nothing wrong with me at all. And so then he keeps pointing and he comes over and he's like, that one. Well, then it was wonderful because he wasn't pointing to her, he was pointing to me. And I was like, when did this guy even see my face? Like, I don't even know who like, when did he see me come in? So he was so drunk, but he kept coming over and he was like, hey. And I was like, and he goes, can I tell you something? And I was like, okay. And he's like, I think you're really pretty. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, we were just laughing over it, and then it turned into, you know, he was like pointing at my friend and saying, you're adorable, and then he called my mom sassy, and then he said he was like, and you're the one with the most attitude, and I was like, dude, I don't know who you are. He points to my friend's mom and says, oh, you're beautiful, and then eventually points to my sister and is like, oh, well, you're really pretty too. Like, it was just ridiculous because it kept unfolding and he kept coming back. Like, he would leave and then come back. Well, then, after several times of coming back to our table, he then, you know, scooched me over on the booth so he could sit next to me, and I was like, okay, like, dude, what are you doing? He was so drunk. And, he kept saying the same thing, and he's like, you know what? And I was like, what? And he's like, I think I want to marry you. And I was like, it was so stupid. And I was just laughing so hard. Me and my friend and my sister, pretty much everyone at the table were all just like dying laughing. It was so ridiculous. And he was like, will you marry me? I was like, no. And it turns out, he was a doctor, like a family physician, like not any kind of like specialty doctor, but I was like, what the heck? And he kept saying that, and I was like, I'm sure you are, like, and then later his friend came over and talked to us and was like, no, he really is, he's just an idiot on top of it. And we were like, okay. So, you know, he just like kept coming back, and then he drank my water, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not normal. And he kept like telling me he wanted to marry me, and he was like, I'll take care of you. And I was like, no, you won't, you need to go home. Very ridiculous experience. I will say it was absolutely hilarious though. It's even hard to tell the story just because he came back so many times, and his friend like came chasing after him saying, I'm sorry, you know, and you know, he ended up running home and passing out in his apartment, according to his friend, because he apparently takes off running when he's drunk. So it was a very interesting night. It was absolutely hilarious, because it was like, what? And I was like, oh man, he's pointing to me the entire time. I should have prepped more to say, no. It was hilarious. So, you know, I posted a tweet last night saying, you know, tonight I was proposed to by a doctor who I met 10 minutes prior to that, and I was not unfortunately, I had to say no, considering I'd only met him like 10 minutes before that. And then he kissed me on the ear. He really did too. He kissed me on the head like 4 times, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, I think you should go back to your seat now. And he's like, okay. I'm like, wow. Oh my gosh. Never get into a weird situation at a pub. It's very interesting. Actually do, because it's kind of a fun story for later, because it's just absolutely hilarious, because it's not anything. But my god, it was just ridiculous. So I thought I would explain that tweet and that Facebook post, since quite a few of you were asking me about it because it was very ridiculous. I will say that much, but like I said, probably one of the best stories I've got. It doesn't really even sound like... It just sounds too ridiculous to be something that actually happened. It sounds like I made it up, but I promise you I really didn't, so I wanted to explain that. But enough of that, because we are on Wario's Coliseum! Oh my god, I love this one. I love it because it's 2 freaking tracks. It doesn't even make any sense. It's 2 laps. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm doing not so good right now because I just fell off. But yeah, for the 2 or 3 or however many races we just did while I was telling that story, I did way better than I should have. I don't understand how that happened. I got like first on the first 2 and then third on the last one, so hopefully... Whoa! You killed me again! You killed Baby Luigi! Although I don't think the shell just flat out rolled over him like it did Wario, so... But yeah, hopefully our streak of awesomeness sticks as we continue on this racetrack right here. Now, I really wish that they would add this course in particular into another Mario Kart game. Because, you know, with either, whether it's the 3DS or the Wii, whatever, with the motion controls and the tricks, or the 3D element, this would just be such a cool track if it was redone. And as we all know from experience, whenever a course is redone in new Mario Kart from an old Mario Kart, it's always better. They always perfect all the little flaws that you pointed out every single time you played the original, going, oh, why is that so thin? Or why isn't there a railing right there? That's impossible unless you're perfectly angled like this. Or why isn't there a ramp? Or why is there a ramp? You know, all that stuff, they always perfect later. That is one thing I do love about Mario Kart games, especially when it comes to retro tracks in new games. They always perfect them, I swear. So this would just be an amazing course perfected into a new game. What did you just do? How did I get pushed off the road by 2 doofs? You suck! Peach! Why would you do that? You're like last. What kind of threat am I to you? You know you're not going to place anyway at this point, so why are you taking out your rage on me? Oh. Man, that little Wario sign, where he's posing, like pointing downward with both of his hands, it's coming up here. That needs to be happening in more games. He needs to do that when he like poses in Mario Party. Oh my god, that would be so epic. I would love it. I would love that. Speaking of which, I've played Mario Party 9 for the first time in a long time recently. Really, that is one of those games, and I did not expect this at all, and I'm kind of sad that this is the way it's happened, but that is one of those games that I bought, and I was so excited about, and I played it just a handful of times, and, you know, not very many at all, and then was just not able to pick it up again because I became so busy with school and my second show and everything. So I never got to play through it all the way, and I still have not played through it all the way, and that depresses me. So it was just one of those things where it came out at a very inconvenient period of time where I just had no time to play it at all, and, you know, my life didn't really slow down any after that. So, you know, even during the summer, I feel like I was busier this summer than I've ever been in my entire life during a summer. And I mean, I guess I was working more and stuff, but man, I guess just preparations for everything happening now to make my life a little bit easier right now while it's exploding once again just really added up. It was crazy. I don't know what it was about this summer, but it was hardcore. I will say that much. So unfortunately, I have not played all the way through Mario Party 9 still, and I know I'm going to play that for my channel eventually. Luckily not until after Mario Party 8, because I am redoing that, but if I weren't redoing that, man, I would need to get on the ball. Because it has been so freaking long, but anyway, my whole point with this story was that I was playing it with one of my best friends about a week or so ago. It wasn't that long ago. And we played with Toad as a computer player. Oh man, why did I miss that? We played with Toad as a computer player, and I mean, when he's not when he's like flailing on the floor when he loses, which is hilarious too. When he gets fourth in a minigame, he literally flails on the floor in disappointment. But when he gets like third, I don't think it's when he gets second, I think it's only when he gets third. Basically, it's when he doesn't place last, but he doesn't place in the top 2 or top portion, because I think it's different depending on the minigame, so I don't want to say it's only when he's in third. But, anyway, the pose that he does, he, like, sits there, and he looks sad, and he stands there with his hands on his hips, and then just does this, like, little hip, like it looks like a move I've grown up and dance doing, like, my whole life. And just the way he does hip, I'm like, man, he's sassy. It just looks absolutely hilarious because it's like sassy Toad. You gotta love it. So I love the designers for giving Toad a hip to show off when he's disappointed. And how did you bolt in front of me? There, you deserve to fall off for being a complete dude. Okay, I really need to bust a move in this last lap because fourth is not going to cut it for me personally, okay? I'm already taking a risk with this Rainbow Road in particular because I am not as in practice with it as I would like to be. Therefore, I need to do better right now. So, you know, whatever. But anyway, I just thought that hip was awesome. I would love to see that more from Toad in another game. And I'm wondering, you know, I'm hoping this happens. I mean, it would be kind of stupid if it didn't, just because it's a fantastic idea. And, I mean, I can't really say anything since the company switch of Mario Party, but the Mario Party DS was actually a really awesome game. I loved that. All the mini-games are just superb for DS-style mini-games, you know, because they couldn't be console. So, basically, anything you'd hope for in a minigame for the DS, they came through with. DS Mario Party was awesome. So I'm really hoping that for Mario Party 3DS, if there is one, I'm hoping that it's similar, and I hope that they do come out with a Mario Party 3DS because that would be so cool with the 3D element. You know how much of a graphics buff I tend to be, not intentionally, but I am, I guess. Graphics really do affect me. I think it's just because I have a strong opinion for artwork. I definitely respect artwork. So I always have, I like to express my opinion with it, have a strong opinion towards artwork I see, and to me that's what graphics are. You know, graphics just enhance the animation that's there and put it into play in a way that's noticeable. So I really like, you know, the graphics element of games, so the 3DS style 3D, which in my opinion is my favorite. It's not as harsh as like movie theater 3D with like the glasses and stuff, just the way they do it, the no glasses, which is obviously different than 3D with glasses. The way they do that is just wonderful. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. So to see a Mario Party game with that on a handheld console would just be awesome. I really hope that, you know, Nintendo comes through with that. And like I said, I don't know what can be expected of that just because of the whole company change. Going back into that, I really do love Mario Party 9 as a game. It does feel different than previous Mario Party games, but not in a bad way. It's not like something that I'm like, oh, I really miss the old style. Of course I love the old style, and I'll always love Mario Party 1 best of all. Just, it's just a game that no other game can beat, just because it's my favorite of all time. Not just of the Mario Party genre, but it's my favorite game in the entire world. If you put me on a deserted island that happened to have electricity, and I got to have one game console with one game, it would be an N64 with Mario Party. I mean, that's just how I feel about that game. So, you know, it's just one of those games that I literally don't think my childhood would have been the same without, and it really contributed to my whole passion for gaming, so of course I'm gonna like that style of game the best. But for what they did with Mario Party 9, it is really, really fun. It's very clever, it's classy, it's great. I love the music. The music is perfected. But you know, it's just one of those games that should not be discounted at all, because it's great. And so I really need to play through it all the way. That too, that needs to happen. But, you know, I really hope that, regardless of what company it is, I really hope that there is a Mario Party for 3DS. And I love that that planet over in front of us, there it is a Koopa shell. So, holy what? What just happened? We did like a somersault and landed on the plateau. That was the first time I have fallen off this entire time, by the way, which I am very proud of. I am proud of myself right now. Because the first time I fell off, it wasn't even my fault. That was, the first time wasn't. Oh man, one seal is... How did that happen? I just landed on that banana and nothing happened to me. Alright, well I guess if you land perfectly on top of a banana, you will not spin out. Regardless of what other people say. For God's sake, I swear, one seal broken and you break the whole thing, right? But it's okay, because that's the trickiest part of this entire course. And it's over! So, now we're going up the spiffy part. We had the same look last time. We had the bomb with, you know, going up one-armed. It reminds me of a roller coaster. I am somebody who always rides a roller coaster with no hands. I always challenge myself. I'm like, alright, not gonna touch this entire time. Because it's just more fun that way. So, you know, that's what that segment reminds me of. The one-handed, oh, I'm gonna hold a bomb at the same time. Oh, first place! Thank you, Rainbow Road. I have gotten my title once again. Oh my god! We came in second by 6 points! Oh, we were so close! But the important thing is that we placed, and I had a blast whether I placed or not. So, I'm telling you, this course went by really great. It was super epic. I will just say that much. I think this is the most fun I've had with this project so far, just because I love long segments of playtime while being pimp. So, whatever. If we would have gotten, we would have not gotten 5th or whatever that one time towards the end, it would have been just perfect. But you know what? I will settle for 2nd right now because that is a pretty epic looking trophy in silver. I will say that much. So I am proud of myself. Yes. And my initials are Bar. Thank you. Yeah, I always go by Bar. So anyway, that's it. I am actually closing out the project right now. So I know at the beginning of this video I talked about how there are several elements to this project I did not cover, such as the 2 characters that are unlockable, which once again are Petey Piranha and King Boo. I do not have them unlocked. I wish I could have shown them off, but I did educate you guys on how to unlock them before, so hopefully you remember how to unlock them, because I don't know that I do. Honestly. And then Mirror Mode is not unlocked, because I need to work on my 150cc skills. And there's one battle mode that has not been unlocked either, because, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. I have not perfected my skills on some of the awesomeness necessary to unlock those things. So I apologize for what is missing from this playthrough, but I don't think it discounts the playthrough at all. If I did, I genuinely would have, you know, waited to play this until that stuff was unlocked. It is kind of a game where you do have to go through pretty hardcore to unlock everything. That's just how Mario Kart is. You have to get super used to the mechanics, play it a lot. I think that's the best way to unlock things. I know it's not the same for everyone, but that's how I feel for console Mario Kart. It's just one of those games that you just have to focus on. Like, alright, I'm unlocking the stuff, let's go. Which, you know, it's been years since I've been in the position where that was what I did with a game where it was like, oh man, I can't wait to go home and play Mario Kart Double Dash. But by no means does that mean that I do not love this game. It's fantastic. Mario Kart will always be like my second favorite genre. I think it is. Yeah, Mario Party's my number 1. Mario Kart's my number 2. And then, I mean, I love Super Mario Bros. 3. It's probably like my second favorite game of all time. But that's almost one of those things that's like you can't even classify it into a genre. It's just a classic. It's like, what's your favorite of the classics? You can't really say, oh, you know, is that like your favorite genre? Like, I don't know. I feel weird saying that. So, maybe that's goofy, but I'm kind of goofy sometimes. So, special thanks to you, pimps, for watching. Thanks for watching me play. I've had a blast with this project, and a super blast with this video, because this video just was so much fun. I don't know why. I just had like no pressure the entire time, so I feel like I was just like, woo, let's go. So I love you, pimps, again for supporting another project of mine. I have covered all of the console Mario Kart games at this point, so no more Mario Kart console games unless they are a redo of an old project, so that's pretty exciting. There may be encore of this in the future depending on if things are unlocked or not. No guarantee, but it is a possibility, so keep that in mind. And the next Mario Kart I will need to cover is Super Circuit, which I have goofy problems with my cartridge right now, so that might not be for a while, but there still is one more to go, and then DS once I get my whole DS capture situation sorted. So anyway, I love you, pimps. Thank you so much for watching me. This has been MadameWario playing Mario Kart Double Dash, which is now concluded. I will see you guys in my next video and my next project. Love you, pimps. Peace out.